Alright, we're on the draw with Rug Delver, although from this hand you might think it was blue-red, mono blue if we didn't have that bolt. This is keepable. It's not necessarily great. I actually might mulligan this. I'm usually pretty fine with keeping hands that have blue source serum visions, but we have a lot of cantrips here that might not do anything. Bolt's going to be a little hard to hit. We'll do it. We're probably fine. We're also on the draw, which helps. Basic Mountain. Oh, geez, that's a Grim Lavamancer. Well, it'd be worse if that were a Goblin Guide. It looks like we're up against Burn. Red source, please. Oh, that was probably the worst land we could find. We're not going to play Delver because that seems silly. Goyf actually could be really good, but the graveyards are likely to be very small. So let's just get rid of that. Shoal lets us counter a thing, but I think I'd rather find red mana so I can kill a thing. So let's just do that. Worst comes to worst, of course. Next turn we can go Delver plus Thought Scour. So it's not awful. Vexing Devil. I'ma take 4, thank you very much. Yes, please. You don't need to attack with that. That's okay. So it's looking like a mono-red burn deck. Although I don't think most burn decks run Vexing Devil, because, as you saw, I was very happy to take 4. Burn decks do enjoy their 2 CMC cards, so I might just play Delver, Shock, and go. I actually think that's right, even if we don't get to Snare, because I can always Thought Scour on end step. So Thought Scouring right now and hoping to draw a red source so that we can play it and then bolt seems kind of iffy. I'm rather skeptical. Can't snare that. We are taking a lot of damage. We might die. Do I want to bank on... They're not going to be able to cast a 2 CMC spell, so we're going to start with a Thought Scour. See if we draw a red source. We did not. Did we mill one? We did. So we're slightly less likely to find a red source. I think we might have to just take this damage. I can play Hooting Mandrills next turn, which actually makes me just want to trade that. If they attack, we're gonna jump in front. I want to trade with everything that they're doing. I don't want to die. We'll find a clock sooner or later. And our opponent seems to be stumbling on lands. There we go. We can go to 10. I always wanted to go to 10. Stomping Ground, because I may as well have green. We're going to bolt that guy. Slam a clock. And hold up the fun stuff. Okay, so what do we want in our graveyard? Bolt. Probably don't need these creatures or the lands. Do I want Visions or Snag? Snag seems kind of bad against this kind of deck, so let's get rid of that. I'm incentivized to keep Serum Visions because it makes Traverse the Ulvenwald slightly better. For those of you watching this channel for the first time, we play Traverse the Ulvenwald. It's fun and great. Our opponent found the second land, but it might be too late for them. We stumbled, they stumbled. It was a good time. We're gonna snare that. Oh yeah, that's delicious. You don't need to have that in play. That's fine. So it looks like mono red burn. We're just going to hit, pass the turn, We can snap bolt, we can snap snare, or we can thought scour leak. I think thought scour leak is the best one, although snap snare does shave a turn off of our clock. Rift bolt, if they don't do anything, I might just snap bolt them. Ooh, 2 rift bolts, wow. We could die in the imminent future. I think we need to clock them. If we snap bolt, they go down to 13, and they actually are still on a 3-turn clock because we'll have only 6 power in play. So snap bolt seems eh. Snap visions doesn't do anything for us. Oh, this could be really bad. This could be really bad. I think we are going to snap bolt because it shaves at least 1 turn off. So let's do that. We basically need to kill them before they find almost anything. Any Vexing Devils that hit the battlefield will be allowed to stay, most likely. So let's do that. Put them to 13. Take a turn off this clock. Instead of killing them in 4 turns with Hoots, we'll kill them in 3 with Snap and Hoots. We have Snapcaster once again. I don't know if we can afford to not counter Rift Bolts. We actually can't counter Rift Bolts. Mana Leak, one of them, they pay 3, and it's not a big deal. So I think we let them stick around. Are they bolting Snapcaster? No, they're bolting us. We can Mana Leak that. We Mana Leak that. We get Rift Bolted, Rift Bolted. Hope they don't have 2 burn spells left over. And we might pull it off. Our chances are not high. We're going to be thought scouring ourselves on their end step. But they're existent. Can we stop that? Actually, I'd rather pretend we have the possibility of another snare, a stubborn denial, a dispel, any counter spell that they can imagine. Please think I have it. So we're going to take 6 right here. Can't stop that. If they have exactly 2 burn spells, we are dead. They might play around a counter, but if we thought scour on the end step, they won't play around the counter because we'll be tapped out. However, we're incentivized to thought scour on the end step if they don't play anything, because if we hit a bolt or a tar fire, this Snapcaster Mage in our hand does lethal damage. Mountain, so I don't think there is a mono red burn spell that does 4. Boros Charm is the thing that comes to mind that I'm scared of. Lava Spike is not Boros Charm. We're going to thought scour ourselves. We have a chance. Just one chance. To come back as Rug Mages? Yeah. That is a... I don't even remember what the movie's called. You guys get that reference, right? I hope you guys get that reference. We're at 1. Thought Scour did not find the bolt. It found a traverse. We have the Snapcaster Mage. Thanks, deck. So, we attack. We're both at 1. Our opponent has most likely a very high density of burn spells. Now, we don't have a land, so we can't snap leak a Rift Bolt. I'm trying to figure out what cards don't save them. They're not plentiful. So, if they Rift Bolt and we Scour into a Mana Leak, we're okay. I do believe Scour is our best bet in every single scenario that isn't we draw a land off of Scour. Because if we draw a land off of Scour, we can play the land Snap Snare. But I don't think they're likely to have a 2 CMC burn spell. The only 2 CMC card we saw was Eidolon. So I think we want to Thought Scour, hoping to find a bolt. We're going to do it now in case we mill a bolt and draw a land. We actually need to draw an island or a forest for Snapcaster to do its job. Highly unlikely. Traverse the Ulvenwald. And we don't even find the thing. So we're going to pretend we have a counterspell up, because it lets us beat a Rift Bolt that I was hoping the bluff would work on. That's a Lava Spike. We could not do it, guys. So against a burn deck, a mono red burn deck, Curiosity goes Dismember, I am ecstatic to take out of my deck, and Thought Scours become a lot worse. We're going to be doing a lot of interacting. On the play, I like having Mana Leak. On the draw, it gets a little worse. On the draw, Pyroclasm also gets a little better against most burn decks, because they have Goblin Guides and friends. This person might have Goblin Guide. Vexing Devil is annoying. We want the basic mountains. I want to fetch a red source that does not deal 2 damage to me. Vapor Snag is really bad. I might take out Simic Charm, but we might not be able to. So far, we took out many blue spells, so Disrupting Shoal is likely to be bad. Huntmaster is pretty much my favorite card ever. It's really good against burn. We're going to be bringing Thought Scours back in. When you don't bring in Pyroclasm, you don't have that many cards to bring in against burn, because we have 3 Blood Moons, 2 Explosives, 2 Pyroclasms, Surgical, and a Dismember that are all pretty bad. That is 9 cards that aren't great. Destructive Revelry is good if you really want to kill Eidolons. So that's bad. Ancient Grudge, they don't even play artifacts. We had 4 cards to bring in. They're named Huntmaster and Mountain. So let's bring some cards back. Probably the Thought Scours. They're the least bad. Curiosity isn't great here, I don't think, because there are a number of scenarios in which we just want to hang back and block. I don't want Vapor Snag. It's a short-term fix. I don't want to put a band-aid on those creatures. I want to shoot lightning at their faces. So that's what we're going to run on the play now. So that's good. No lands, no keep. Can't cast any spells. That is bad. That's a very good hand. We can turn 2 Hoots. We can Tarfire and have Shoal. We're going to play a Scalding Tarn past the turn so that we can choose between Thought Scour and Tarfire. Vexing Devil makes me kind of want to 2-for-1 myself. If we do that, we'll put Shoal in the bin, Fetches in the bin, and then we won't be able to Hoots next turn. But, well, unless we draw another Thought Scour. However, saves us a lot of damage. Of course, we could just take a bunch to the face. We take 4 off the Vexing Devil. We fetch. That puts us to 15. We're going to want to Fetch Shock. We'll end up at 12. And we have Hooting Mandrills and Island that's not going to do much. We're going to be conservative with our life total. Counter that, pitch that. Let's deal with that nonsense. To be fair, Vexing Devil is looking very good for our opponent this game, because it was a 1 mana, make your opponent discard a card and exile a card. Of course, that's not an effect that Burn looks for, but if we run out of gas, they have a good chance of winning. Them only playing Mountains makes me think that they don't have Path to Exile, so that's good. Let's nab ourselves, I think, a Steam Vent. We're going to want to Fetch Shock with our next one probably, but maybe not. I also want the red mana more than the green because we have Tarfire. Stubborn Denial is at least interesting. We'll just pass the turn. Kill anything with 2 toughness or less. Fetch a thing tapped. Play a Mandrills on our next turn. It looks like a pretty good deal. That doesn't have 2 toughness or less. These Vexing Devils. We're going to take 4 off of that one. Yep. Budgeting your life total against burn is very important. This Stubborn Denial doesn't look like it's going to get much better, so we're going to use it. It also makes it slightly more realistic that we can play Hooting Mandrills next turn. So that's good. Let's head to the end step. Fetch a land tap. We can mandrills even if we don't hit a third land. Get a breeding pool. I'm not expecting a blood moon. If they play it, I will be very surprised and honestly almost happy. Because I'll have a 4-drop and they'll have a blood moon. I guess Hoots isn't really a 4-drop, but it's kind of a 4-drop because it's a 4/4 with trample. So I think that's usually where the non-pushed cards land. Our opponent has 3 cards in Snaring Bridge. It's that burn deck. Wow. I did not expect that. I forgot burn even did that ever. Makes me very happy that we have Huntmaster in our deck. Delver probably won't be flipping, but if it doesn't flip, it's not doing many... It's not making good attacks. Number of cards in your hand. So blocks are still possible. Delver of Secrets isn't good at attacking into blockers. Flame Javelin is very good here. Targeting me? Oh, they're burning us out while hiding behind an ensnaring bridge. I forgot that burn is a burn deck. Most ensnaring bridge decks just let you durdle long enough to play a Huntmaster and kill them. We're going to Tarfire because it turns Traverse on a little more. I want to save this Bolt for Vexing Devils. No, but I'll be happy to play it. I don't think we want to transform the Delver because, well, of course, by the time Delver kills them, it's an 18-turn clock. They are almost certainly going to burn us out. But hey, it looks like we're going to lose this match, which is a little unfortunate, just a smidge. I think that's okay. I can't counter it. I do want, I believe, a forest. I don't think they're going to play Blood Moon, but there's a very small chance that they do. And the chances that I need double red are also pretty small. So I think we do that. Eidolon can attack, but Hoots walls it forever. I don't really want to play either of these spells, so yeah. Looks like we're just going to lose, to be honest, which is kind of disappointing. Second Eidolon. I mean, their burn spells are going to be pretty bad, so there's that. We get to block one Eidolon. I'll probably chump with the Delver if they swing with both, so that's okay. That is okay. I actually maybe should have saved the Wooded Foothills for Delver Scrying, but thinning the deck isn't bad given that the 4th land drop is hot garbage until we find Huntmaster. There's the 4th land drop. Now we just need Huntmaster. And we really need Huntmaster. Bolting Vexing Devil at this point is the same as taking damage off of Vexing Devil. It's also kind of unlikely that the Vexing Devil gets to attack us profitably. So I don't think I want to take the damage off of Vexing Devil at this point. We're going to take 4, they're going to take 4. Looks like it's good for the burn deck. Oh my god, it's a CMC of 3. Is it not 3 or less? Where are the Eidolon triggers, Xmage? No, it's the colorless it uses that has a CMC of 6. Oh, that's devious. Oh my lord. We kind of need Huntmaster right now. If we don't have Huntmaster right now, we're in trouble. Not a Huntmaster. I don't plan on using it, but at least Huntmaster. But I have Huntmaster on the brain right now. Insectile Aberration can trade with an Eidolon, so it's going to be slightly harder for them to finish us off. Rift Bolt is very bad for us. Very, very bad for us. They're doing it like that because they don't want us to be able to mana leak, but it's honestly not super relevant. If we don't find Huntmaster right now, we're probably dead. Are we dead? That's a mountain. Do I even play it? It's not relevant. Mountain is not relevant. That's a skull crack. We are dead, guys. We are dead. We cannot interact without dying. So unfortunately, our opponent is going to take this. We're gonna GG's them as soon as the Rift Bolt hits the stack. I guess we may as well do it now. It's not like they can choose to not have the Rift Bolt hit the stack. Can you? No, I don't believe so. It seems like that does not give you the option. And we can't burn them out, so we're dead. Unfortunately, Ensnaring Bridge did us in. We should have brought our Artifact Hate in. I don't know if Mono Red Burn usually runs Ensnaring Bridge, but I do recall seeing at least some Naya Burn decks using it. So I do think I should have brought it in. More so than just the anecdotal case of they had Ensnaring Bridge, from now on we're going to play around Ensnaring Bridge. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It got a little dicey at the end there, and it ended rather dicey. But yeah, I'll probably hop into another. I have a decent bit of time today, so I don't mind jamming 5 or 6 matches. Those are matches.